Welcome to More with the Mac. JP Reloaded. We're going to have some short demos. We're going to have some Q&A. We might even have some special guests stop by. So sit back, relax, gather your notes and ask questions and enjoy More with the Mac. JP Reloaded. All right, welcome to another session of More at the Mac, JP Reloaded. We're collaborating with ttjtech.biz. This is getting scary. I'm not messing it up anymore. All right.
2 times in a row.
Exactly. We're going to do some more processing. We're getting into the meat and potatoes now. We showed you guys how to navigate. We showed you how predictable patterns have been laid out by Apple. We even showed you some little advanced tricks and tips on, Spotlight and some other things of that nature. So now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. So now we're going to get into the word processing. Now, Turner Matt has had extensive experience with Pages even before he switched to the iPad full time, because he used to use his Mac, probably 50% of the time, I guess, back in the day. I mean, you wrote a book on Pages, right?
I did. Yes, I use Pages, and now I've done the rewrite on the iPad in Pages, but originally I used Pages for the Mac to write the book. Absolutely.
Okay. So he wrote Pages on the Mac, or Pages on the Mac. He wrote his book with Pages originally on the Mac and then did the rewrite on the iPad, which is great because, he knows what he's doing. So no issues there. I'm also going to demo TextEdit, and I will try to demo Microsoft Word for the people who, still choose to feel that Word is, equivalent to Pages, which I pretty much think is an unfair statement, but that's just me. So this is our word processing demo. So go ahead and take it away with Pages, Matt.
All right. Well, of course, the first thing we'll do is launch Pages. I do believe it's in my dock. By now, there's multiple ways we could find it.
Pages. Dialogue. What's new in Pages? Unlock new intelligence features, premium content, and more with Apple Creator Studio.
And I'm just going to press Control to stop that, because I will tell you that I do subscribe to Creator Studio, so we may see things in here that not everyone has. But I will say this, we can do everything we need to do in Pages even without a Creator Studio subscription, so it really is not required. Let's go over here.
Continue button.
To the Continue button.
Now in Window, Collection.
All right. When you first open Pages, you are brought to
Choose a template.
This browser where you can choose a template, and you can also choose to open an existing file. So let's go to the left, VO left arrow a few times here, see if there's anything else.
Choose a template.
Okay, nope, that's as far to the left as we can go. So we'll start VO right arrowing here.
Collection.
Now, we know by now, predictable patterns, we're going to have to interact with that if we want to see what's in that collection. My hunch is that that's the collection of templates, because it just said choose a template. Before we interact, let's go to the next element here.
Collection.
Notice that's it. So let's interact with this collection.
In Collection, Recents section. Recents, Basics, Premium, Reports, Education, Certificates, Organizer.
I'm just VO right arrowing all these different categories. And again, if we stop.
Out of Collection. Choose.
Nothing else there, but.
Out of Scroll Area.
I stopped interacting again, and now we're out of the scroll area. Let's see what else is here if we go to the right.
Cancel button. Create default. Can't scroll area. Vertical splitter table. Row 1 of 18. All templates. Selected. Zoom button.
Okay.
Minimize.
So this is a create document window, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if this is exactly what will open up every time, because it used to be that you could both choose a template and open an existing document. But we're going to show you how to get to the other option anyway. In fact, let me go ahead and hit cancel here.
Table. Vertical scroll. Cancel button.
And let's see what we get now. What I think we'll have is probably
Pages has no windows.
Yep, an empty window. So let's completely get out of this and open it again now that I'm fully up to date. Okay, notice that once I hit open to indicate that I want to open the new version, now I'm in this screen where I can either open or create a document. So let's VO left arrow.
Search text field, pages, iCloud, where, pop-up button, change the item grouping, column view, forward.
Okay, I'll stop there. What we're seeing here is we're seeing the options for choosing where we want to look for existing documents. You heard that it's set to pages, iCloud, which that means it's on iCloud Drive. That's what I want. That's a pop-up button. We could VO space on it to choose other options. There are also other areas we could interact with here if we need more granular control over where we're looking for our existing documents. But let's go to the right now.
Column view, change the item pages, search text.
Now, before you
view,
continue, I
browser.
wanted to point out that if they did go into their settings of pages, they could set a default template that would automatically open up every time they started a new document.
You can do that from pages settings. That's correct. Absolutely. Now, this is the column browser, it says.
Column view, browser, row 1 of 1.
And that
New document.
is presumably
Column.
where all my documents are.
In column view, browser text, row 1 of 1, 10, 14, 3D snow 2, 55, 4.
They are. These are all of my documents currently sorted alphabetically. So there's a lot of numbers here at first, but if we keep going.
ACB Demo 1, ACEVA iOS Productivity Act, ACEVA iOS Productivity Action Report Template.
Okay, so these are all of my documents that I've interacted with, and I could select one by navigating to it, stop interacting,
Out of column view,
go to the right,
new document, cancel, but open button.
and there's the open button if I want to open an existing document. We instead are going to go back to this new document button, which is going to bring us back to that template chooser that we saw just a minute ago.
Cancel, but new document.
Excuse me there.
Now in window, collection.
Now, we are ready to interact with our template chooser, and for today, I'm going to start out with just a blank template. Let's interact.
In collection, recents section, basic section.
All right. The blank template is going to be under basic. Now, you'll notice that it called this a section. Listen again.
Basic section.
Section is another one of those things, you see, where if you want to find out what's in that section, you're going to have to interact with it.
In section, 0 items, blank, empty white portrait document button, group.
And let's go to the right.
Blank layout, empty white page layout document, blank landscape.
All right, so we're going to go back to
Blank, empty white portrait document button, group.
because that's what we want right now is a blank portrait document. That's the most basic kind of word processing document we can possibly have, and that's a good place to start. Now, notice it says it's a group. Am I going to have to interact with it, or is that just an unnecessary step in this case? I'm going to guess, because it also said button, that we may be able to VO space on it, and that if we interact with it, it's just going to read those details. But let's see if I'm right or wrong. VO space here.
Pages, now in untitled window, body, edit text,
And exactly.
actions available, format text quickly by VoiceOver jumping to the formatter.
All right, you got a lot of information already there, and I'm going to come back to what all that is about. But what I want you to notice is that when you VO space on the blank template, or really any of these word processing templates, the system insertion point is already going to be right where it needs to be to start typing. You don't have to do anything else. And when you use other types of templates, that may be a little bit different because you may have text boxes and things of that nature. But on a basic document such as this, you're already in the edit field on this canvas. You can just literally start typing. I want us to stop interacting and look around at this document a little bit, but let me just first show you that this is indeed the place where we can type. So I'm going to call this Mac Test 2026.
By Mac. Test.
And you can hear that it's echoing what I typed.
2026 colon.
We'll go down a couple of blank lines here with the return key.
New line.
Okay. And we'll talk more about how to navigate what we've typed in a moment. Before we do that, though, I want to go ahead and show you around the rest of this app, because remember, it's very different from some of the other platforms and some of the other screen readers you might be used to. We can navigate this entire canvas and the entire app with just our predictable patterns. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to assume that we're interacting with the canvas. If we don't know, I do happen to know, but if we don't know, we're going to assume that we're inside of the canvas where the document body is because we're already typing.
All right, one thing I want to ask you, because it's from a high partial or visual perspective, what is going to be the better template for them to use? Black on white or white on black? Some kind of shaded color? From that perspective, because some people go to certain websites and if they have a little bit of vision, they say something one is easier to look at than the other. And I know you've worked with your mom on this extensively, so.
Right. So the standard word processing blank template is a white document with black font color. And of course, you can change the text color later. You can also change the background color. I'm not sure if there's a black document that is a blank word processing. I think that they are white, if I'm not mistaken. So by default, it's going to be black on white. All right, so what we have now is we're inside this body of the document. Let's stop interacting and see where we end up.
Out of page 1, summary, Mac Test 2026, page 1.
All right, so we just opened the door to the hotel room. We're out in the hallway now. And what this tells us, let's VO left arrow.
Page 1, summary.
VO right arrow.
Page 1, summary.
All right, so notice there's nowhere to go. And that's because there is only one page. If we had a 10-page document, you'd be able to VO left and VO right between pages and then interact with one that you wanted to examine more closely. Let's stop interacting yet again.
Out of document layout area.
Okay, out of document layout area. Let's VO left now.
Toolbar. Untitled. Full screen button. Minimize. Close. Close.
I'm going to guess this is as far out as we can go. Let's try. Yep, no more VO shift up arrow because we're as far out now as we can possibly go. And you know that because the first thing we have at the far left here.
Close button.
Is our typical close button.
Minimize button.
Minimize button.
Full screen button.
And our zoom or full screen button. And then going to the right.
Untitled.
Notice that is the name of this document currently, which is untitled. I want to change that name. I don't want to leave it untitled. So I'm going to VO space there. And
toolbar.
All right, Matt, you know you got to do it. You need to stop playing because remember, you did give it a title at the beginning, but why did it not do the quote unquote Microsoft Word thing and put the first line of your document as your title?
Right. Yes, because that is not how Pages does it. With Pages, the first line of text is not automatically the document name. And it's important to remember that there is a difference between the actual title of the document that people see or that VoiceOver speaks versus the actual document name of the file itself. And so they're two different things with regard to Pages. So that's the difference. We have to find the button, however.
Document layout area. Toolbar. Untitled.
All right, it looks as though that, now see, that used to be a button. Now, this goes to show you
full screen
that it's a little different since the last time I've used it, because I don't think I can VO anything on that. It's not even a button. It's nothing. So we're going to have to interact with the toolbar, which was going to be my next thing anyway, and show you what's in here. Now, there's other ways you could do this, all right, but I'm trying to show you the basics first. So let's
toolbar.
Interact with the toolbar.
In toolbar. 15 items. View menu button. View add page button. Insert menu button. Writing tools dimmed button. Content hub button. Table button. Chart shape. Media 125%. More toolbar items. Pop-up button. Comment button. Share format. Document, radio button, document.
Look at all those different choices. That is quite a toolbar. Most of that stuff you're also going to be able to find in the menu bar. There are some things there that you might not have expected to hear, such as Content Hub. That's part of the new Creator Studio. If you don't have it, I think you'll still have a Content Hub icon, but it'll just be limited to the basic shapes and different things that Pages allows. We have premium photo access and things of that nature. You heard the share button under here. There's something else I wanted to point out. What was it?
Niche chart table, add page, view, insert, menu button.
Oh, the insert. And you notice these say that they're menus. So we can get more options if we choose one. For example,
writing tools.
And writing tools is grayed out because there's no text selected right now. But let's just do this VO space on insert menu.
Insert, menu, 12 items. Page break, line break, section break, column break, page number, page count, date and time.
Look at all these choices, and there's more of them. I'm going to escape out of that.
Closing menu, insert menu.
So this is all in the toolbar, and I would encourage you to play with this, and we'll come back to it at possibly a later time because I want to show you some of the features. But right now, I'm just trying to give you a tour of the app itself. So let's stop interacting here.
Out of toolbar.
Let's go to the right.
Document layout area.
And we already were inside of that.
Format, move, and resize items within a document.
Okay. I'll go to the right again.
Vertical splitter, formatter, group, formatter.
And we have something called the formatter. And the formatter is something that we're going to come back to very shortly. Now, you'll notice that we've not yet talked about the menu bar. Let's go ahead into the menu bar with VOM.
Apple, menu, 10 items.
And let's go to the right, VO right arrow.
Pages, menu, 12 items.
There's our app menu. Let's go to the right.
File, menu, 21 items.
Let's see what else is here. File.
Edit, insert, format, arrange, view, window, help, menu, 9 items.
So you already see
vertical
that indeed the menu bar will have many of the same things that are in the toolbar. In some cases, there might be different things, but the idea is basically the same. If we go to the file menu,
Apple, file, new ellipsis, command N.
Notice each of these items, if there is a keyboard shortcut, it's going to read it to you. So now you can create a new document by pressing Command N.
Open ellipsis, Command O.
You can open an existing file or document by pressing Command O.
Open recent submenu.
And you notice that's a submenu. You could VO right arrow on that or possibly VO space on it to see your recent documents.
Close, Command W.
All right, close.
Save ellipsis, Command S.
Okay, now why is there a save option when we've been telling you you don't have to save with Apple products? Well, what they've done here, and as I said, it used to be possible to VO space on the untitled name up there. It doesn't seem to be doing that anymore in the new version, but if we choose this save option, listen again.
Save ellipsis, Command S.
You hear it say ellipsis. That means you're going to have more options to choose from once you VO space on that. And I just want to go down and show you what's not here.
Duplicate, Command Shift S. Rename ellipsis. Move to ellipsis. Revert to submenu.
Okay.
Share ellipsis.
And there's your share sheet again. Revert to means you can go back to previous versions. Let's say you inserted some kind of an image that you ended up not wanting to use, and instead of trying to move it out of there and delete it and everything else, you can just revert to a prior version of the document. But what I wanted to go back to is that you did not hear save as. Apple absolutely does not do the whole save versus save as thing. There are other ways of, if you want to rename, duplicate, any of those kinds of things. And the only reason that this save option is even here is to give you another way. You can still do Command S for those people who are used to doing that. But just like on the iPad, this is going to save for you automatically. And the only thing for you to do is to rename it. So you remember when you came to save, it said ellipsis. It's because it hasn't gotten a name from you yet. And if I were to quit this, it would be titled, but I'm going to go ahead and rename. What we are in now is this rename dialog. Let's VO left.
Name. Untitled.
And you heard that it's already selected.
Edit text.
So I'm going to go ahead and name this Mac Test 2026.
FC Mac-T2-6
let's
Test
VO
2026.
Left. That's as far as we can go. Let's VO right.
Mac test 2 tags. Tag editor, dimmed text.
The tags
Where?
would allow us to add little friendly descriptions to this document. Is like maybe a church event or a work event or a family project, or, it's something for school or whatever. You could put those words on it. You can pick from existing tags, add your own tags. We do that on the iPad as well. And tagging is a great way to keep things organized as well. But notice now here as we go to the right, we have where. This even lets us change where it is saving if we want to do that. We have an opportunity right now.
Pages. iCloud.
And I actually want to leave that
button.
alone. I don't want to change that. Notice
Unlock,
I have to
dimmed,
unlock
if
I want to even do that.
Button.
Now,
Dimmed.
It's not even
Unlock,
available to me.
Dimmed.
Probably because I need to rename it first.
Tag editor. Tags. Mac test 2026 insertion.
I just pressed
at end
return,
of body.
And it did the job for me. Now if I go up here and look,
toolbar. Mac test 2026.
It has the correct file name. So let's go back to the right. But now we're going to stop interacting with this toolbar. And I'm going to go back to the right.
Document layout area.
Interact with this.
In document layout area, page 1, summary.
And interact one more time.
In page 1, summary, Mac test 2026.
Because I want to show you how to write some more text and then edit what you've written. These editing commands will carry over not just to Pages, but to almost any app that supports text editing, and not only that, but even to edit fields on websites. Depending, there are, some caveats to that, like if you've got your arrow key quick nav on or something, that different settings you can change here. But normally, it's just going to be, you get into the edit field, and then these editing commands will work. So let me type some more.
End of text body, new line.
All right, we're ready to type here. So I'll say, this is a quick test of Pages on the Mac.
Space.
I put a period. I put two spaces quickly, which puts the period shortcut, the period in a space. I hope everyone enjoys this demo.
Everyone and demo period.
Let's go down a couple of blank lines.
Not the usual. The great box jumped over whatever.
Yes, that's what I was about to do.
Okay.
The sentence that has, for our trivia fans out there, every letter of the English alphabet. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
T.
And it didn't capitalize.
T.
Let's do it ourselves.
Dog period.
All right, couple blanks.
New line.
I want to misspell some things so I can show you how to correct spelling errors too. Now, a lot of it will auto-correct, so I may have to get a little creative here to misspell something. Let's try the word hello.
H. Cap H. Suggested correction.
All right, it's already going to do that. How do I find those suggested, by the way? You can...
End of text body, end of H.
Well, let's...
H.
It doesn't have it up there now. I think if I had pressed...
End of text body, H.
Delete that and try it again.
H. Cap H. Suggested correction.
All right.
Cap H.
Now.
Cap H. Suggested correction.
Press the
Cap H.
down arrow to go through your suggested corrections. And I can just press return.
Body cap H.
And it changes it.
11.
And that's because auto predictive text or auto correct is on, because you can actually have that stuff turned off. I do in certain apps, but Pages ain't one of them. But ain't there another? What about that that Option D command that they implemented a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think we'll probably demonstrate that also, and then even the writing tools now too. But so let me misspell some things here.
New cap H. End.
All right, let's try to misspell the word hello.
E. He. O. Period. Hello.
I think it fixed it, but let's press the
new line. Hello. End of period.
One more thing I need to point out, because you don't do it on a regular, so it doesn't come to you. But those who use QuickNav, it has to be off when you're in Pages doing these things, because, for instance, if Matt was trying to look at his spelling suggestions, it would not work because QuickNav is designed exactly what it says is QuickNav for you to have to not use the modifier, number one. Number two, to jump over certain areas that are not, that it feels are not important at that present time. But in order to effectively write and interact with the edit field, QuickNav must be turned off.
Yes, very important.
End of text audio. Misspelled hula.
Now you hear that's misspelled. Let's type some more.
Cap H W space how
It wants to
O
correct
W end of text R O O misspelled UO question mark.
All right, I misspelled 3 words there. Okay.
New line.
So the first way to correct. Well, actually, before we even go to that, let's talk about how to navigate what you've typed so that you can just read it back, and then we'll deal with the spell check. So, as Trainer Cliff said, you've got to have QuickNav turned off for this. And we are going to show you a way to navigate what you've typed using standard Mac OS commands. These are not VoiceOver commands. They will work for anyone, regardless of whether VoiceOver is on or off. They are system commands. They move the insertion point. They will also work on the iPad or iPhone if you have a keyboard with them. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of my document. I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment, but
Mac.
The first one I'm going to teach you is very, very simple to navigate character by character. It's simply the right arrow or the left arrow. Right arrow to move to the next character.
Cap M A C space cap T E S T.
And the left arrow to move to the previous character.
T S E cap space C A cap M.
And notice
beginning of text body cap M.
That's as far as we can go to the left. Now, you're noticing something that we've taught in our VoiceOver in and out course for the iPhone, but I want to point it out here. This is different from how your insertion point works on a Windows PC. And so if you're coming from that environment, we need to address this. I actually believe you can change this in your VoiceOver utility somewhere, if you really want to, but I think you can just get used to this. When you move character by character, VoiceOver will announce the character that the system cursor or insertion point passes over. That can mean if you move one character ahead or to the right, that you're going to hear something that if you press the left arrow, you're going to hear the exact same thing again, because every time you move, it's speaking what the cursor passes over. The typical example that I give, the analogy that I usually use in our VoiceOver class on the iPhone with this is if we had, let's say we had our training team, Trainer Cliff, myself, and Trainer Sarah, who joins us for the iPad and iPhone classes, and we had all 3 of us sitting in a row. Perhaps we are at a restaurant. Now, it's Cliff, and then I'm going to stand up, so I'm not going to be part of this right now because I'm going to walk between them. So it's going to be Cliff on the left and Sarah on the right. All right. Now, if I start behind them and I start walking, I'm going to bypass Cliff. All right. So I walk by Cliff and I say the name of the person I walk by. I say Trainer Cliff. But now Cliff is to my left and Sarah is to my right. Now, if I walk to the left, I'm going to say Cliff again, because now Cliff is to my right. But you see, I passed over him a second time. So I'm saying the name of whomever I pass over or pass by. So let me show you that in this document. I'm as far to the left
beginning
as I can go. I'm
text
at the beginning. We're on the word Mac. We said Mac test 2026. So we expect MAC. So let's press the right arrow.
Cap M.
Okay. The insertion point right now is between the letters M and A of the word Mac. If I press the right arrow again,
A.
We now have passed over A. Our cursor is between A and C. Now watch what happens if I press the left arrow.
A.
It says A again. But why? Because we've passed over the letter A again. Now, our cursor is actually between the M and the A. The insertion point, if I type a letter, it's going to get inserted between the M and the A. So I think this is an important thing for you to review. If you've taken our VoiceOver course, you've already heard this, but if not, this is maybe new to you, and perhaps it would be wise for you to listen to that a few times. We'll continue demonstrating, and I think you'll get a greater feel for that as we do. But we now know to move character by character, it's right arrow to move to the next character, left arrow to move to the previous character.
Cap M.
If we want to move by word, it's Option right arrow to move to the next word, Option left arrow to move to the previous word. And so I'll hold down the Option key. As you know, bottom of the keyboard, we have the globe or function on the bottom left, we have Control, and then our third one in is Option. I'll press Option right arrow, and it'll move me
Mac Test 2026.
Or back to the left with Option left arrow.
2000 Test Mac.
All right. We can also press the down arrow to move to the next line, or the up arrow to move to the previous line.
New line. This is a quick test of Pages on the Mac. I hope everyone enjoys this demo.
Let's go up.
New line.
And you see we're on that blank line there. Another one that we have is we can press Command left arrow to move to the beginning of the current line.
This.
And we can press Command right arrow to move to the end of the current line.
Demo.
Okay. We can also quickly move to the beginning of the entire document. I told you I'd come back to that one. That is Command up arrow.
Mac.
And Command down arrow moves directly to the end of the document.
New line. End of text body, new line.
Clear at the bottom. Now, I believe if you add, because unless you have an extended keyboard, you won't know this maybe, but I think if you add the globe key, you can also use is it globe Command up, or what's the page up and page down, Cliff? Is it globe up arrow and globe down arrow? And we don't have enough pages to
that I don't know.
That.
You might have to turn on keyboard help and try a few. Just to, one, to show you that number one, we don't know it all. And number two,
right,
that you can use this keyboard help on the fly at any app at any time to help you figure out what the keystroke is.
Let's just try
Type
it.
keys to hear the FN page up.
It is. Okay. So the globe or FN function and the up arrow is page up, and then the globe and the page and the down arrow
FN page down
is page down. And then I really am going to go out on a limb here. I think that globe left arrow is home.
FN home.
There it is.
Right. Yep. And globe right arrow
FN end
is end. Now, you don't really need home and end too much here because you can do just the plain arrow keys like I showed you. Command left arrow takes you to the beginning of a line, command right arrow to the end of a line, command up arrow to the beginning of a document, command down arrow to the end of the document. So you really don't have to mess with the globe key for that. But if you wanted to do page up and page down, I could see where that would be very useful. It's globe up arrow and globe down arrow. Quite honestly, if I had a lot of pages in this document, I would stop interacting here and I would just VO right arrow until I found page 77 or whatever I wanted, and then interact with it again as we described earlier on. I would not use page up and page down for all of that much moving. So now we know enough here that if we
body new line, misspelled hulo, misspelled
we're going to fix those spellings, but let's go back up to the top.
Mac.
And let's say I want to make a change, like I want to say, we said the quick brown fox. Well, let's say I want to make the change and I want to say the slow red fox. So we need to change the words quick and brown to slow and red. So what that means we have to learn now is how to select some text. And the way you select text is very simply by adding the shift key to any of the commands that we've already taught you. So we've given you, for example, Option right arrow to move by word. Well, if you do Shift Option right arrow, you'll be moving by word while selecting the word that you pass. So let's go down here.
New line. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
I used the down arrow. Now I'll use Command left arrow just to make 100% sure I'm at the beginning. I am. Let's use the right arrow to go to the word
catchy. Space.
All right, I'm right between the space and the Q of quick. We want slow red, so we're going to select quick brown. We're going to press and hold the Shift key, and we're going to do Option right arrow twice.
Quick. Selected. Body brown. Selected.
Okay, now, quick brown is selected. Because it's selected, I can immediately just start typing. I don't even have to delete or anything. So I'm just going to say slow red.
Selection replaced body S. L double E D.
And then there should
red.
already be, if I go to the right,
Space.
space. Now notice it said selection replaced, or whatever it said there, selection replaced, because what I had selected was replaced by what I just typed. So let's read this line now.
The slow red fox jumps over the lazy dog.
And I could probably undo with a Command Z as in zebra.
Body quick brown.
Yep.
Body the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
So you can use all of these commands. There are many, many others. We won't go into all of them right now for the sake of time, but if you can imagine like Command B for bold, let's go ahead and do that one. Let's make my title
Mac.
Let's make this
Begin.
bold. So I'm going to select Mac Test 2026.
Body Mac. Body test. Select body 2026. Selected.
And I'm going to press Command B.
Bold checked.
And I'll go ahead and even take it a step further and italicize it with Command I.
Italic checked.
Now,
body.
I immediately want to deselect this stuff because it's still selected. And if I don't deselect it, if I type something, it's going to erase what's here, what's selected. So I'm going to just press the right arrow.
Selection unselected. Insertion on word. 2026. Between characters. Body 6 and body colon.
Okay. Let's press the down arrow.
New line.
And let's press the up arrow.
Mac Test 2026.
Let's press Option left arrow.
2020 test. Oh, test. New line.
Let's go.
2026. Test. Mac.
Now notice, we're not hearing anything right now, but...
New line. This is a quick test of pages on the Mac. I hope everyone enjoys this demo.
Now I say to myself, I know I bolded that. I want to double check that. Well, let's go up here.
New line. Mac Test 2026.
And...
Cap M.
I think there are also settings in your VoiceOver utility that you can change what happens when attribute changes occur. But if we press Control Option and the letter T, VO, letter T as in Tango, we at least know that we can use the bold and the italics. And the other thing we can use is we can use like Command C to copy, Command V to paste, Command X to cut. All of these commands that we're used to, and many of these you can find if you forget in the menu bar, like for example the edit menu. If I do this,
Apple,
VOM, and go over to edit.
Pages, file, edit, undo typing Command Z, redo, dimmed Command Shift Z, cut, dimmed Command X, copy, dimmed Command C.
Now why is all this stuff dimmed? Well, because I don't have anything selected right now. All right.
Closing menu.
Now, I'd like to show you the way that we...
Cap H-E-W.
The way that we correct our spelling errors. And there's going to be several different ways that we can do this. The easiest way, if I'm already reading some text, is that when I get to a misspelled word, it's going to pull up these suggestions automatically. I use the right arrow here because this sounds weird.
New line.
I'm reading and I hear
misspelled hulo, misspelled wow, or misspelled uo.
See, I know they're misspelled, so I'm going to read them letter by letter.
Miscap H-E-W-L-L-O. 3 suggested corrections.
Okay. 3 suggested corrections.
Hello. Suggested correction 1 of 4.
I pressed
Cap H-E-L-L-O.
I pressed the down arrow there.
Hull. Suggested correction 2 of 4.
Right arrow.
Cap H-U-L-L.
Right arrow again.
Hello. Suggested correction 3 of 4. Cap H-U-L-L-O.
And you get the idea. The left and the right arrow, I'm going to press left to go back to hello.
Hull. Hello. Suggested correction 1 of 4.
That's the one I want.
Cap H-E-L-L-O.
Press return to enter it.
Body O.
Now we'll see that that one's fixed.
New law. Hello misspelled wow or misspelled UO.
Okay, hello is fixed. Again, when it says like 3 suggestions or whatever, you press the down arrow right where you are. Don't try to move around, but press the down arrow to open up that menu of suggestions. And then press the left and right arrows to navigate through the list of suggestions. You hear this suggestions and you hear the little bubble sound. You're going to press the down arrow to open the list of suggestions and then press the left or right arrow to move between suggestions in the list. When you come to the one you want, press enter or return to choose that. Now, we're talking just the arrow keys, no VoiceOver, no control and option, because these are system commands again. So that is one way to correct spelling. The next way that I'm going to show you is that you can use a keyboard command for VoiceOver to quickly move to the next misspelled word or the previous misspelled word. And that command is VO command E. VO command and the letter E. And by the way, if you add the shift key, it takes you to the previous misspelling. So if I press VO command E right now.
Misspelled wow.
Okay. And that's the word how, except I misspelled it. Now.
Body misspelled wow. Selected.
When I want to choose a replacement, I can press VO Shift M to open the context menu and just go down through this.
How.
And that's VO down arrow.
Wow. Wow.
See?
Wow. How.
I want how, so I'm just going to VO space on it.
Selection replaced body how.
Now let's listen.
New line. Hello, how are misspelled UO?
All right. So we've now learned 2 ways to correct spelling. One is as you type or as you come across it, you use the arrow keys if you have your autocorrect turned on. The second way is VO command E or VO command Shift E to move between misspelled words. When you come to one that you want to work with, just immediately VO Shift M to bring up the context menu, and you will be able to choose a replacement, VO space on it. And then the last way I'm going to show you for now, although we have a couple of other little proofreading type things to talk about, but the last way I want to mention right now to correct spelling is the sort of old-fashioned, we'll call it the legacy way, right? This was, especially for you long time, like, word perfect users and so on, where you had an actual spell check dialogue. Well, we can still do that if we press Command : and if I do that,
spelling and grammar window.
It brings up an actual spelling and grammar window, and I can use VO arrow keys here.
Spelling and grammar. UO content selected. Edit text.
Notice that's the one that's misspelled, and it's already selected, so if I want to retype it, I can, but if I just VO right.
Change default but text. This word was not found in the spelling dictionary. Find next button. Suggested corrections table. No selection.
There's the table. Interact with it.
Contents yup, yum, duo, yuck.
Look at all these choices. We're just going to choose
you.
Stop interacting.
Out of suggested corrections. Ignore button.
You can ignore it.
Learn button.
You can learn it.
Define button.
You can define it.
Guess button.
You can have it guess.
Automatic by language.
Notice all these. You can ignore, you can learn, but if I
check grammar, check.
I'll go back to the replace option. I think it was called change.
Find next.
VO left.
Text the change default button.
And just VO space there.
Edit text blank.
Now what you have is a little bong that tells you there's no more misspelled words.
Now
I press escape and now I can read this.
New law. Hello, how are you?
See, all those misspellings fixed. I think I should put a comma.
Hello, cap H-E-L-L-O space.
Right there.
Hello, comma. Hello, how are you?
That sounds a lot better. That's a lot better. Now, it's possible for us to use the writing tools. Let's quickly delete this document with a Command A to select all.
Selected body Mac test 2000.
And then the delete.
Selection deleted.
And let me just type a few words, a few sentences here very, very quickly, and then I'll let it read what I've typed.
Students, new line. More space you how to
Trying to autocorrect, which is
how
good.
to w double cat will catchy y space learn to the d set and work s app space
Okay, I've written a little blurb
Sessions
here.
period.
I'm going to read it to you.
New
Actually, I'll let VoiceOver read it to you.
hello. New line. Hello, students. This is an introduction to our More with the Mac course. Our goal is to teach you how to use the Mac with VoiceOver. We will take a deep dive into the VoiceOver utility, learn how to use the Finder, and work with many of your favorite apps. Should you have any questions, please join one of our weekly help sessions.
Now, I'm going to select all of this with Command A,
Selected hello students,
and I'm going to go to the menu bar.
Apple, Pages, File, Edit.
You can also do this from the toolbar, but I want to show you in the menu bar in the Edit menu.
Unread, cut, paste, delete, clear, duplicate, select all, deselect, accept, change, reject, remove, find, writing tools, submenu.
We have writing tools. Let's go into this with the VO right arrow.
Writing tools, submenu, 11 items show writing tools. Proofread. Rewrite. Make friendly. Make professional. Make concise. Summarize.
Okay, so we have all these options. We can proofread it. We can rewrite it, and I'm going to have it make it more professional. And let's see how much it changes.
Make professional. Closing menu. Body. Edit text.
It's should be working here in the background.
Selection replace new. Selected hello students. This introductory session will provide an overview of our More with the Mac course. Our objective is to equip you with the necessary skills to effectively utilize the Mac operating system through the VoiceOver accessibility feature. Throughout the course, we will delve into the intricacies of the VoiceOver utility, explore the functionalities of the Finder application, and engage in practical exercises with a diverse range of popular applications. Should you encounter any inquiries or require further assistance, please do not hesitate to participate in our weekly support sessions.
And we'll do one more while that selected again and do friendly this time.
Selected hello
But now notice we could have also done proofreading.
Students. Apple. File. It's auto and note speech manage books spell find writing tools make concise make friendly.
I'll make it friendly this time.
Closing menu in popover writing tools.
Notice it takes
5 items revert button hello selection replace new line.
Okay, now I will also say there's a popover.
Show original toggle button.
I didn't show you that the first time, but if you VO right arrow.
Show original toggle button.
We can see the original so we can compare.
Friendly.
It says it's going to make it friendly.
Rewrite button.
We can have it do it again.
Done.
We can hit done if we're okay with it.
Done. Show revert.
There's a revert button back to the left there, so if we don't like it, let's read it now.
Revert. Show original. Friend.
I'm just
done.
Hit done so we can get out of this. All right, listen to it now.
Hello, hello, students. Welcome to our introductory session for the More with the Mac course. We're excited to show you how to make the most of your Mac, especially with the amazing VoiceOver accessibility feature. New line. In this course, we will explore the VoiceOver utility in detail, discover all the cool things.
So you get the idea. We've made it friendly. And that was through your writing tools. You have proofread. You have a lot of different options here. And I also think there's another proofreading tool specifically afforded to VoiceOver users. And I'm going to see if it does pop up here.
You notice we talked about in the beginning of this training in the previous years about how Trainer Matt does not use the Mac unless he's training. Now you just heard, and maybe if you didn't, you can rewind, but he's trying to open up the current pages document that we were already working on. But he had a whole list of documents that was already there. They were not created on the Mac. They were created on Pages. But because Apple works so great together with, in continuity and being able to sync across devices, that's why we recommend that you use iCloud for everything, because he created these documents on his iPad and they're showing up on his Mac. And if he was on his phone, it would be the same thing. You don't have to recreate these documents on different devices. You created it on one, you're done. He could start this document at home in his basement, go out to lunch with his church friend and pick up his phone and continue while his friend goes to take a phone call, to eat dessert, whatever the case may be. But it's the bottom line is, this is why I'm not saying Apple is the end all be all. That's why we have choices. If you choose to be in the Google platform or any other platform, that's completely up to you. But to me, I think Apple got it right. Just saying.
Absolutely. 1,000%. I agree with you. And that's exactly right. Most of these documents, probably 98% of them have been created on the iPad, maybe a couple on the phone, but if they're showing up here anyway. Now we have a new thing I'm going to show you called the text checker. Now, you press the right arrow and listen.
Misspelled menu, 2 items, on item, Hewlro, Hewlro, in sentence, this is a test.
Go to the right.
Hewlro there. White space menu, 3 items, on item, 3 new lines, in sentence, this is a test.
So what has happened here?
Hewlro 2, misspelled white.
I only have 2 problems in this document, misspellings and extra spaces. I'm moving between those categories with the left and right arrow. And the one I'm on right now, I believe, is the white space.
White space menu, 3 items.
All right, so that it shows me there's 3 items. If I press the down arrow,
2 spaces in sentence, this is a test.
There's 2
Hewlro
spaces.
2 space there.
Because I deliberately...
4 space U.
Okay, listen.
3 new 2 spaces in sentence, this is a test.
Listen again.
Hewlro 2 space there. Hoswar 4 space U.
See, it's telling me there's 2 spaces and there's 4 spaces in places where there probably ought to just be 1 space. And so if I go down again...
4 spaces in sentence, this is a test.
That's the second error.
4 space.
The first one was the 2 spaces.
2 spaces in sentence, this is a test.
So it's very, very easy to find your mistakes here. If we go to the right to the spelling...
Misspelled menu, 2 items, Hoswood. H-O-Z-W, in
the word how, but I made it H-O-Z-W.
Hewlro, H-E-W-L-R-O, in sentence, this is a test.
So,
Hoswood, H-O-Z-W, in sentence, this is a test.
Now,
Hewlro there.
What you have is if I want to go to that,
Miss Hoswood. H-O-Z-W, in sentence, this is a test.
I think I can enter or VO space on that.
Body misspelled Hoswood.
Okay, I VO spaced on it.
Actions available.
And now?
Body misspelled change back to Hoswood. How?
We want to choose how. VO shift M. How? VO space.
Selection replaced body how. New misspelled Hewlro there. How are you?
So we fixed one. I've already shown you how to fix this stuff before, but I didn't show you the text checker until now. So again, to review, it's a right option and a letter D, as in Delta, but you've got to have the keyboard commander, as it used to be called, or the option key commands turned on. And if you don't already, VO Shift K will do that. And then once your option key commands are on, you use the right option with the letter D to open the text checker. You use the left and right arrows to move between categories. I only had 2, misspellings and white space. And then you just use the up and down arrows to find the one you want to move to, and press VO space to be taken right to that place in the document. This is another great way to proofread. And I think I've got one final thing that I'd like to show you today, and that is the formatter. You might have heard this. Let me just Command Tab out of this and get back into it once.
Finder, Pages, Body, Edit Text, Insertion at End of Word. How body, this is a test.
and it's not going to read it
Actions available.
Yes, it is.
Format text quickly by
Yes, it
VoiceOver.
is.
Format text quickly by VoiceOver jumping to the formatter.
Had a little more of a delay than I remembered, but it tells you format text quickly by VoiceOver jumping to the formatter. This is one of those times that VOJ or Control-Option-J command is really going to work brilliantly, because if I want to select some text,
Body
let's
R.
select
R.
how are you?
How body R. Body you. Selected.
Now, without doing anything else, I VOJ and watch what happens.
In formatter group.
Okay.
6 items. Text selected. Radio button. 1 of 1.
Now I am in the formatter. My text, how are you, is what I will be formatting. And you notice there are radio buttons.
Text selected.
The selected one is text.
Body button. Style selected. Radio button. 1 of 3. Layout. Radio button. 2 more. Radio text formatter. Scroll area.
Let's interact with this scroll area.
In text formatter. Scroll area. Font. Helvetica Neue font family. Pop-up button.
So I could pick a different font here.
Regular font typeface. Pop-up button.
If I want to change the typeface, let's just
Choose
look
the
at that.
typeface. Menu. 14 items. Checkmark regular. Italic. Ultralight. Ultralight italic. Thin. Thin italic. Light.
You get the idea.
Close.
Let's choose.
11 point. Contents selected. Font size.
All right.
Edit text.
Now, we can type
Set the font size.
we can type a number, or
1%. 11 point. Font size. Stepper.
we have this stepper.
Font 1%.
And
11 point.
That would
Font
allow,
size.
we could
Stepper.
use that instead of the
Set the font size.
we could use that instead of the edit field to enter the font size and
In 0.1%.
interact with it, and then you
1.2%.
go up arrow.
If I'm not
1.2%.
mistaken, I think you can also increase the font by Command Shift and it'll be the plus sign because
Yeah,
it's the equal, but yeah. So the equals.
It's command plus sign and command gas or command minus. That's
Right.
exactly right.
Out 14 point.
Okay, now we
Content.
took it up to 14 point. Let's see what else is in here very quickly. Just a couple more.
What font style group?
Okay.
Show more character style. None star. Text color. Pop-up button.
Let's do some color change here.
Menu. Gradient fill. Advanced gradient image fill. Advanced image fill. Advanced checkmark text color.
Okay, I want text color.
Closing.
Go to the right.
Black 0. Fill preset picker button.
You can,
Black 0. Horizontal. Black 0. Colors window button.
And this is stuff that you can find in the toolbar with what
Open
we've
the-
already taught you with predictable patterns. But if I'm not mistaken, if you hit escape there and do Command Shift C, it'll take you to the color wheel, as they call it.
okay, that would be the other way to get to that. And
Color.
and this is the VO space on this.
Color sliders. Color wheel. Selected.
And that's the color wheel.
Color palettes. Image palettes. Pencils.
Put
Button.
all these choices.
Pencils.
So-
Color wheel. Selected. At 100%. Slider. Opacity. 100%. 100. Horizontal. Black. Color well.
Now,
Pick color. Toggle button. Favorite
see,
swatches.
look at all these
collection.
choices. I mean, pick color.
Selected. Favorites. Favorite. Pick color. Selected. Black. Color well. Horizontal. Black. Pick
There's
color.
just so many-
Favorite swat. Empty.
I don't have any favorites right now in there, but
Favorite swat. Horizontal. 100 per 1
you can
1
adjust the
toolbar.
opacity.
Text color. Zoom. But
Done
minimize.
with it, we can
Close.
close it.
Now in Black 0, fill preset picker button. Black 0, colors window button. Horizontal
We
indentation
can
level
change the
group.
indentation.
Spacing.
spacing. We
1.0.
can align this is centered. We can, double space. So all of this, and again, the predictable patterns that you have already learned about will help you to know how to navigate this. Just like the toolbar. If we, were to go back to that, let's stop here. Let's make sure our text is deselected.
Verticals
I don't
document.
want to.
In page 1. Summary.
Okay.
In header group. Out
Body.
In edit text body misspelled hello.
Now, when I
In 25. 25 out 200 body how.
okay
In text 250.
now
Body R.
If you wanted to,
Out of edit text.
if you wanted to insert something, you could use the new content hub, which again was in the toolbar. And you remember our command we could use to get to the toolbar quickly, or we can just go over here
Toolbar.
and
In toolbar.
interact.
Add page. Insert. Writing tools. Content
There's
hub.
a new content
button.
hub.
Discover. Selected. Button. Photos. Button. Graphics. Button. Backgrounds. Button.
Look at all these
Shapes.
choices.
Button.
So maybe I
Shapes,
want to
button.
insert a photo.
Photos. Photos selected.
Now we
Shapes,
stop
button.
interacting.
Shape.
and
Out of feed.
move
Scroll
into
area.
Scroll area and interact.
In scroll area. List. List. In list
Interact with
architecture.
the list.
Beauty and fashion group.
You have architecture, beauty, and fashion.
Business and finance. Daily life group. Education. Family and fitness. Family and friends. Fitness and wellness group. Food and drink group. Geography and history
Look at all of
group.
those choices, and they're groups. So if I want some kind of food item here,
Food and drink group. In food and drink group. List.
another list.
Food and drink list.
Keep interacting.
In list tableware. Utensil. Drinking glass.
Right. Now this is
Premium
perfect
content,
because
image.
remember that keystroke I told you about that I couldn't remember. My buddy Michael Badcock over at Technically Working. Check out that podcast. A lot of great information, technology, Mac, Apple, all stuff, audio recommendations, all that. But anyways, he told me what the keystroke was. So now you interacted like 4 or 5 times. If you do VO Shift and Escape, it's supposed to drop you all the way back to the main screen. So let's see if that works when you get ready to do that.
Let's give that a try. So let's look through these a little bit.
People, adult, premium content, image, premium content, image. People, adult, food, fries, utensil, tableware, bowl, premium, banana, food, fruit, food, dessert, frozen dessert, ice cream.
Notice you can insert any one of these with a VO space, but now we're going to try this. So VO Shift Escape,
Scroll area.
and now look at that. I cannot stop interacting any further. I'm all the way back out in that scroll area.
Just remember the predictable patterns. I reiterated in every episode that I do about, interacting, stop interacting, the different ways of doing it. Eventually we're going to get to the point where we're not even doing that. We're just making sure that you remember how to navigate, how to find the information you're looking for. And you can really learn all these apps by yourself. Mail, messages, Pages, TextEdit, whatever. I mean, Safari is a whole different animal, and we'll get to that in another week or so. But the bottom line is, if you're listening to all these episodes and paying attention to what we're showing you, then you can figure the stuff out on your own, probably by the 3rd episode, because as we said, Apple lays all these apps out and developers out the same way. There's no app you're going to go to. And look, if you find one that you could find, if you find something that what I'm about to say, then you email us at feedback@stirredup.com. That's feed, F-E-E-D, the word back at stirredup.com, stir spelled with a U. But there's not one app that you're going to find that the first 2 messages is not always Apple and the name of the app. I guarantee it. There's not one on the Mac that you are going to find that does that. So, like I said, if you find one that doesn't, then let me know. But Matt, have you ever encountered one?
No,
third party or otherwise?
It's always the Apple menu and then the app name. Yep.
So, I think that pretty much covers it for Pages. You showed them more than I probably would have. But maybe you should go and we shouldn't have to, but we don't know what the skill levels are. But maybe you should show them a little more of what you can actually find in the file menu, or not the file menu, but the menu bar.
Oh, in the menu bar. Okay, so we can go back to the menu bar.
Apple menu, 10 items.
And there's your Apple menu.
Pages menu.
Your app menu, and then
File menu.
So the file menu is pretty common stuff. If we go into this, you'll recognize.
New ellipsis Command N.
We talked about some of these already. New Command N.
Open ellipsis Command O.
I think we looked through most of these.
Open recent. Close Command W. Save ellipsis Command S. Duplicate Command Shift S. Rename ellipsis. Move to ellipsis. Revert to submenu. Share ellipsis. Activity settings ellipsis.
And I'm in a new document here. This share
ellipsis.
That's another way to get to your share menu where you can, send this to other people and open it in other apps and, all those kinds of things. This is the file menu. If you go to the right, we have the edit menu.
Edit menu.
And I showed you some of that already.
Insert menu.
Let's look at this insert menu here. This may be different.
Section. Page break command return. Line break. Section break, column break, page number, page count,
right?
Date and time.
I remember hearing these even from the toolbar. The next one,
format menu,
is the format menu. So here's going to be a lot of stuff when your text is selected.
Font submenu.
There's the font menu.
Text submenu.
The text menu.
Table submenu.
Look at all these. These are all submenus. If I want to see what's in them, I VO right arrow like on text.
Text submenu. 7 items. Align left command left brace. Align center command vertical line. Align right command right brace. Justify command option vertical line. Auto align table cell. Increase indent level command right bracket. Decrease indent level. Dim command left bracket.
And also notice, people, that if there's a keyboard command, VoiceOver is telling you what it is. So you don't have to come in the menu bar and get it every time. If you remember, Command V is paste. Of course, we know that. Command A is to select all. Command C is to copy. Command X is to cut. I mean, if you remember these commands, you don't have to come to the toolbar the menu bar, I should say, to invoke them. So that's just something to keep in mind. I remember, and I'm pretty sure Matt does too, when he does use a keyboard, because he doesn't use as much as I do, but I'm pretty sure that the ones that he uses the most that he does remember.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else here? The next menu.
Decrease indent format.
Go back out of that.
Text form take shapes and lines. Image submenu. Movie submenu.
All submenus of things you can format.
Copy style command option C.
Let's go to the next menu.
Arrange menu.
Look at that.
Items.
Now that's what I forget about. Copy and the style. And what that means, people, from you people who know Microsoft Word, or maybe you don't, that in Microsoft Word, you can do the exact same thing, but VoiceOver just told you, if you just want to copy the style, not the text, but say Matt has a sentence that's in, the font color chocolate and it's 18 point and he has it, whatever. You can just go to that line and do Command Shift C and it'll copy the style of that text, not the text. And you can go anywhere on your system and do Command Shift V and paste it over another block of text and it'll duplicate what that style is. I just wanted to point that out because, people claim that Microsoft Word is better than Pages. Now, that depends on who you ask, but to me, I think Pages could do more. That's my opinion. Somebody else might say Word is better because JAWS has so many of these built-in features, this, that, and the other, but honestly, I think some of those features are not even necessary, but again, that's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt, believe it, go test it out for yourself, however you want to do it.
Right, exactly. And then this is the Arrange menu, which I don't.
Bring forward, dim, bring to front.
Oh, this has to do with the window.
Send backward, dim.
For the Pages app.
Send to back, align objects,
or for the objects that are selected. So you may want to move an object behind another object. You might want to move, again, not this kind of document. If we had like a text box and an image or something and you wanted to bring one to the front, one to the back, that's how we're going to do that. And then
align objects, left, distribute objects, submit, flip horizontally, view, menu.
Then we have our view menu.
Show tab bar, show all tabs, inspector, submenu.
Now the inspector, I will show you this.
Inspector, submenu, 5 items, check mark format.
The format inspector's already checked.
Document setup. Show next inspector tab, dim control graph accent. Show previous inspector tab. Dim Control-Shift-Graph accent. Hide inspector command option I.
Okay. The only other one that it said right now is
Document setup.
document setup. If you want to do some really advanced stuff with your document, you want to change the margins, you want to have facing pages, you want to password protect your document, you want to, create a table of contents, these kinds of things. This is going to be done with the document setup inspector. The formatter is already showing, and that's an inspector, and we already looked at the formatter a little bit. So you can go into this menu, under the view menu, and show the document setup if you want. You're going to have different kind of formatters depending on what objects are in your document. Photo inspector, movie inspector, whatever you might add to your document. But that's the inspector, and that is the view menu.
View, page thumbnails, window, menu, 13 items.
And again, window.
Minimize, zoom, command, control equal, fill Fn, control F, center Fn, move and resize, submenu.
This has to do with moving the window, for the Pages app. And then,
help.
Of course, help. And I really do. I encourage you to, check out the help system, because you're going to find all kinds of information. And so that's, a great resource right here, right on the Mac.
Search result and help. Send Pages feedback, Pages help.
You can open Pages help, and we can go in here and look up just about any topic that we want in the Pages help menu.
This is Trainer Cliff. We're going to take a look at TextEdit. So let's open up TextEdit, and
Has new window.
Y'all should know by now I got a commander for it. So we're not even going to go to the applications folder. I'm just going to hit Option. What is it? Option Shift T.
Mute my audio. TextEdit. Open window.
And there it is. Now, you see here that it has a list of my documents, but the different thing about TextEdit, and I think Pages does it too,
List view.
is it puts you in.
Name, size, the sound crafters, meeting soon.
It puts you in the last folder that you were technically in your Finder. Because this folder that I'm in is actually an audio folder. It's not my TextEdit folder, even though I do have one in Documents. So keep that in mind. If you come into if you open up TextEdit and you're looking for a document, you may have to go to iCloud with Command-Shift-I.
List view.
And then there's my list view.
W80 sound
and then there's my folder with another sound, and I hit TE.
Teaching materials folder, not downloaded.
Of course, there's something else before TextEdit because it has an X in it.
Sounds folder, collapse. Teaching TextEdit folder.
And there it is. But I'm not going to open a current document anyway. I'm going to open a new one with Command and the letter N. Remember, Command N will open a new anything from anywhere. I don't care where you are. Safari, mail, new message, or new email, messages, new message, whatever. It doesn't matter. The Finder, new window, it's going to be a new something.
Untitled 3, window.
And you heard it say Untitled 3. Apparently, I have 2 documents I haven't named yet. So it says Untitled 3.
Arrow key, quick nav off.
And you heard me just turn quick nav off because, again, you cannot, I could write, but you're not going to be able to manipulate the text. So what's that phrase? The quick brown fox?
Brown fox.
What's the rest of it? Jumped over something?
Jumps over the lazy dog.
Over. E.
Somebody had too much time on their hands. Anyway, so I just did that. So we're going to go back up here and read with Command up arrow. Same command works in TextEdit. It works in Pages. So, and then we can read what our arrow keys.
New line. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
All right. Let me send my voice over down. And remember, in a previous episode, if you actually listened, I created a commander to slow and increase my speed. So right now, all I got to do is push Command or Option and the letter Y.
50%.
If you want to do it the normal way, it's VO Shift, the arrow keys to the attribute you're looking for, and then the down or up arrow to increase or decrease. All right, so we got that slowed down. Let's read it again.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. New line. And
I'm going to write.
Someone had too much time on their hands. Long new line.
All right, so I don't even know what mine is, but the text editor that Matt was talking about in the other in Pages does work. I already had mine assigned, that key combination assigned to something, so I had to assign mine to something. I said, let me see. Turn on keyboard help.
Option key commands off.
Oh, duh. What did I do that for?
Option key.
I need to turn keyboard help on. Okay, here we go.
Starting keyboard help.
All right, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's option E. Let's see.
Option E. Open the text checker.
Yep, that's what it is. Text checker. Okay, so mine is option E, but if by default it's going to be option D. So I'm going to try in here and see if we got any misspelled words. Yeah, you heard that dung, so apparently I spelled everything right. So I want to do just a few things here because again, this is just the baby brother or the little sister, whatever you want to call it, of Pages. I mean, we can select some text here the same way.
The quick cap T.
So we're at the beginning of the line. Option, shift.
The selected. Quick. Selected. Brown. Selected.
All right. And if I want to bold it.
Bold ticked.
I can center it. I think that is, what is that? Command shift, and it says something about vertical line. What is the vertical line?
Oh, that is maybe the dash?
Center tick.
Okay, it wasn't
Selection replace backslash.
Okay, it's the backslash. Okay, let's undo that.
The quick down.
So you can center with the command shift backslash, justify, which we almost never use. Where did it go?
Quick cap T.
No, I don't have nothing selected. That's why.
The cap T. The quick brown fox jump.
All right, I selected that, and you can do command shift J. Why is justify not? Oh, that's why, because it's
align left.
Yep, that's right.
Align right. Center.
All right, centered. I don't know what justify is anymore then, because let me see. But yeah, these still work.
Bold.
You bold it.
Italic ticked.
What else is there? There's a whole lot of stuff you can do. I can also go to the color wheel by command shift C.
Color wheel.
Yep, there it is. And then you just go over here, interact. So to me, this is just a quick fix for people, again, that don't want the power of Pages, but they want to just write something quick, format it, and be done with it. Sending off notes to a meeting or, a quick thing. This is where I usually come to write it when I want to do my signatures. Matt didn't show this, but I'll show it, I guess.
Untitled. The quick cap. Arrow key quick nav.
I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to write the word email us
new line.
All right, so email us
ruler email cap.
Now I can put this in my signature or on my web page, but what's going to happen when they click on our VO spacebar on email us? Absolutely nothing, unless I do command K
link destination.
Well, I'm glad. See, VoiceOver always, I don't know why I always try to talk, because VoiceOver always does a way better job than I do. But it says link destination. Now, what that means is, because I did command K, I'm telling VoiceOver that I'm about to put I'm sorry. This is not a VoiceOver command. This is a Mac OS command or iPad OS command or iPhone OS command, because you can do it on all three. So you would write the text that you want to be displayed. Then you do that command of command K and it asks you for the link destination.
Link destination edit text.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in the word mail, capital
Mail.
2, colon, and then I'm going to put FEED. I'm going to write the word FEEDBACK at
mail 2 feedback at startup period.
Let me see if I spelled that right. All right, so that's feedback at stirredup.com. Mail to with the colon sign at feedback at stirredup.com.
Remove link.
I can remove the link. I don't know why when I would just put it there.
Cancel. Okay.
And I can hit the OK button.
Content selected. Email us.
There it is. I don't know if you hear that little click, but it said click email us.
Email us.
Now,
arrow key quick nav on.
If I do the link command, which is VO command L, it'll read the link.
Email us.
There it is. And like I said, I don't know if you can hear that little click, but it indicates that there is a link there.
New line.
We could do the same thing with TTJ Tech.
New line.
We're going to do that.
New line. New cap. TTJ rec.
What is it? I always put an R there. I have no idea why.
ECH. New line. New HC cap or cap E. Capar.
There we go.
New law, new TTJ tech. Selected.
All right, you heard it say selected. Now I'm going to do Command K.
Link cancel. Okay. Remove edit text error. Link test arrow.
And because I know the address by heart, I don't know why, but I know the address by heart, which is https://ttjtech.
TTJ tech period.
Biz.
HTTP remove can't. Okay.
Yeah, right. Now,
arrow key quick new.
Now I'm going to do the link location thing, which is VO Command L.
Email us.
And that's my email us, which would be feedback@stirredup.com. And that got down here.
TTJ tech.
And to show you that it works, I'm going to hit VO spacebar here.
Safari.
And how about that? Let's see where we went.
TTJ Tech Services page has list 10 items.
TTJ Tech Services. I wonder what this guy's all about. Let's go see.
Service training. Smart Hour podcast.
He has a podcast. Ooh, y'all better go check that out.
Smart Homes.
Smart Homes. Hey, I definitely recommend checking that out. Home automation, security cameras, doorbells, home pods, Google Homes, Echoes, you name it. They talk about it. So, but yeah, you see how that works? I've created that custom link. But now again, this was not something that I had planned on, but because we had basically covered everything in Pages, and TextEdit does virtually the same thing, but Pages helps you enhance it. Like I said before, I don't have a Pages or a TextEdit document that has multiple pages, so I can't even show you the pages, going to the multiple pages thing, that doesn't work. I don't even think Find works in TextEdit. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, feedback@stirredup.com. I have no problem changing what I say or, taking criticism or something I might have done wrong. But I've been using the Mac a little bit over almost 16 years now. And most of the stuff that I tell you, I have tried and tested myself. But again, coming in TextEdit, the same thing applies. The stuff is in the toolbar, or the menu bar, I'm sorry.
Menu bar, Apple TextEdit file, new command end, open ellipsis command O. Open recent. Close command W. Save ellipsis command S. Duplicate command shift S. Rename ellipsis. Move to ellipsis command option M.
And there it is. The reason you hear move to a command is because I custom set that. Let's listen again.
Move to ellipsis command option N.
So if I do command option M, as in Mary, because that's the word move, I can move my file to any folder of my choosing.
Revert to. Insert from export as PDF of insert from iPhone.
And look at that. You can insert to the iPhone
export as PDF ellipsis.
If you have to, this is what I do sometimes too. I'll change my PDF to a fillable document like TextEdit or Pages. I'll fill it in, and then I'll come back here, whether I'm in TextEdit or Pages, and I'll turn it back into a PDF because that's how it was sent to me. Some organizations, doctor's offices, stuff like that will get real picky about that. So I send it back the same way they sent it to me. Okay, you got the edit menu. Let's go down here because I want to show y'all how consistent Apple is.
Redo command, cut command X, copy command C, paste command B, paste and match style command shift option V, delete, complete option escape, select all command A, insert, attach files ellipsis command shift A, add link ellipsis command K, find, writing tools. Spelling and grammar. Substitution.
See, all this is
spelling
it's from the pages. Spelling and grammar is here.
Writing tools.
Writing tools.
Writing tools show writing tools. Proofread. Rewrite. Make friendly.
Just like in Pages.
Make professional. Edit.
All this stuff is pretty much the same. Like I said, TextEdit is not as powerful as Pages, but it does pretty much the same thing. Like I said, it's the little brother, little sister, distant cousin, whatever you want to call it.
Menu bar format.
Then you got format.
Menu bar view. Window.
And all that. So, I mean, there's really not much to TextEdit. I showed you how to make a custom link, and you can do that with anything. As long as you know the URL. What's that stand for, Matt? Unified, what is it?
Universal Resource Locator, or Uniform Resource.
There we go. So, as long as you know the URL, or you end it with a .com, .biz, .net, .whatever, it's going to turn it into a link for you and you can just click it. Most times you don't have to type the HTTPS://. I just did it because I know it. But if you just go on the web and do Control or Command L to open up a new address bar. I guess a quick teaser for Safari. But if you do Command L to open up the address bar and type stirredup.com without the HTTP or ttjtech.biz without the HTTP, it's still going to find it. So that is TextEdit. Now we're going to go to Master Program Word.
Do you want to keep this new document, Untitled 3?
And I don't want to keep this, so I just jump over to the end here.
Save. Cancel. Delete.
And I can hit delete.
Zoom.us.
So it recognized that I did not save that document. Now, we talked about Apple programs automatically saving, and it does, but because I hadn't saved that as a copy, or hadn't saved that, as a new document, that's why it asked me. If I had opened up an existing document and I closed it, it wouldn't ask me anything. So Word actually has the privilege of having a commander, because when I want to demonstrate, I don't want to feel like looking for it. We're going to try Option Shift E. Okay.
Word.
There it is.
Open new and
It took forever and 12 days, but there it is.
Home. Selected. Radio button. 1 of 5.
So you have home.
New. Radio button. Recents. Radio. Share. Radio. Open. Radio button. 5 of 5.
Now, the reason all these options are here is because 9 times out of 10, and you probably have your Word documents set to go into OneDrive. That would be the smart thing to do. Just my recommendation, because like I said, my Pages documents go into iCloud. Everything that I do on my Mac goes into iCloud. The only thing that's not there is the applications, because they have to be housed on your Mac. But anything else, my music, my documents, my email, well, the email goes there anyway, but my documents, my music, certain files all go to iCloud. And I'm pretty sure Matt does the same thing on his iPad in the Files app. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely.
Yep. So, because I want to be able to see. So if I get off my Mac and go to my iPad right now, anything that I've done on my Mac or vice versa is going to be in iCloud. So Word is something I don't use very often, but again, I have my documents being saved in OneDrive. So that's why it's giving you these choices. And I'm pretty sure you can do Command N for a new document. So let's do that.
Document 1 window. To page 1 content. Page 1, arrow key quick.
Now that's interesting. It didn't ask me for a template. Not that I want to be bothered with it anyway. But anyways, you can, like I said, this is pretty much the same thing. You can look at the menu bar here.
Menu bar at Word. File.
And look, this is not even an Apple app. And let's see what we got here.
Help. Apple. Arrow key quick not on. Apple.
Word.
File. Edit.
And I bet you the next one is View. I bet you the next one is Format.
Insert.
Insert.
Format.
All right, there it is. So I was a little off, but the bottom line is this is not even an Apple app. It took Microsoft and Apple a long time to get in bed together to get these apps over on the Mac to begin with. And the app menu bar, the menu is laid out the exact same way that Apple apps are. So you tell me, where the consistency is, because, to me, it doesn't get much better than that. So we can go back over here.
View.
I'm only going to do a few.
Edit. File.
All right, File menu.
File. New document command new from template ellipsis Command Shift P. Open ellipsis Command O. Open recent. Close Command O. You save Command S.
So, you got the same O.
Edit. Can't undo. Repeat. New black cut. Command S. Copy. Command C. Paste. Command View. Check mark. Print layout. Web layout. Outline. Draft. Insert. Pictures. Shaped. Smart art chart. Table format. Font ellipsis text. Pair document ellipsis.
All right. Now, all that stuff is there. But as you know, Word uses the ribbon. So what we're going to do here is we're going to VO to the left, or we're going to go all the way to the left and work our way back.
Arrow.
Out
of document.
Got to stop interacting. So we're going to go all the way to the left.
Toolbar. Full screen toolbar.
All right, here's the toolbar. I'm not going to look there yet because I know where this ribbon stuff is at. So I'm going to VO right arrow.
Home ribbon.
And you heard it. He said home ribbon.
Document 1. Vertical split dot home ribbon.
But because it says home, it's not saying it because I have my hints. They're not turned off. They're just delayed. And I also don't have him speaking every little vertical scroll bar and stuff like that. But this is an interactive session. So I'm going to interact here and you're going to hear some familiarity if you're familiar with Word.
In home ribbon, insert tab, draw tab, design tab, layout tab, references tab, mailings tab, review tab.
Sounds like the Microsoft Office ribbon to me.
Draw, insert tab, home selected, home selected, out of home.
That's how you get to the ribbon tab, or the ribbon option, or vertical scroll area of the ribbon is right next to the toolbar. That's the toolbar.
Home.
That's
ribbon.
it says home ribbon because that's the first thing that's up there, and I don't use Word, so if I was to, the insert tab would probably be the one I'd be on.
Document 1.
There's a document area where I would have to interact.
Vertical status bar.
And then we got the status bar over here.
Status bar.
That I'm assuming that if there was some text selected or whatever, that's what it would do. Let's go back up to the top and explore the toolbar.
Toolbar. Into autosave. Off. Switch.
Did you hear that? Now, I'm glad that was the first thing that was in here. Apparently, Microsoft wanted to make sure that it kept some of the features.
Turn on autosave to save changes as they happen.
Thank you, VoiceOver. See, I told you my hints were delayed. He told you exactly what that button does. So if that was on, it would auto-save while you were typing. But some people that, don't want all their changes saved and they know they won't forget, they'll put that auto-save on there. But they'll see what the next option is.
Home. Save. Home. Autosave.
It's autosave, home.
Save. Can't undo.
You can undo.
Repeat new black print. Customize quick access toolbar. Document 1. Search document.
Okay. So that's the toolbar. And from what I know about Word, you can do a lot more if you have text. So if you have text selected, there will be more options. I think there's even an additional toolbar to the right of your document that gives you the extra stuff that the ribbon may or may not have. Because this is on Mac, it's designed a little different, so it's not going to be laid out with the Alt button because we don't even have one. But it's, it's a different platform, so the menus are going to be laid out. But again, if you look at your predictable patterns, I just showed you how the consistency is across the board with Apple, Word, File menu, Edit. We're all the same, just like they were in Pages, just like they're going to be, just like they were in Mail and Messages. So there's really not much else to this. You will have to write some text and play with the formatting. But if I'm not mistaken,
full screen.
Let me go back over here. I'll do one little demo here.
In document arrow key, quick nav off.
Let's see.
Thanks. To Trainer Matt.
All right. I just said thanks to Trainer Matt. We're going to go back up here.
Cap T.
And we're going to select this text.
Thanks to Trainer Matt.
And if I'm not mistaken, if I do Command B,
bold.
There it is. Command I,
italic.
Command C,
copy.
Command V.
Thanks to Trainer Matt.
All those commands work. They're universal because they're OS commands, not VoiceOver commands. And because Microsoft Word has those same commands on Word, you just invoke the control key instead of the command key. They should all work exactly the same. Let's see if it does this. Let's see something. All those commands work. So essentially these programs, I'm not going to call them equal, but have similarities. They do pretty much the same thing that you want them to do. I believe you can do more with Pages, but again, that's my opinion. Somebody who uses Word or Microsoft daily might think the same. It's not wrong. It's personal preference. That's why we have choices.
The last thing we'd like to show you here at this moment is the Notes app. We're only going to spend a couple of minutes in Notes because you're going to find that it's so similar, but we can just show some of the highlights. Notes, if you want to do simple documents, simple notes, simple text editing that will sync with your iPad and your iPhone, Notes is absolutely the way to go because there is no TextEdit app on the iPhone or the iPad. Now, don't get me wrong. You can bring a TextEdit document into your iPad or iPhone, open it up in Pages or something like that, but it's going to be an extra step. This is already going to sync with iCloud, and it's going to work very well. Heavy on collaboration features, lots of great things in there. And then there's all kinds of, checklists, bulleted lists, you can insert audio and so on. So let's open Notes. This is the Notes app. If we go as far to the left as we can, we have these window control buttons again.
Close, minimize, full screen button.
But let's go to the right.
Notes. 786 notes.
Now, I think that's just in one folder.
Toolbar.
Here's a toolbar we can interact with.
Add folder button.
Okay.
Folders button, view options, menu button, new note button, format button, off, checklist button,
Checklist off.
table button, media menu button, group,
That's going to let you insert all kinds of media into your note.
writing tools button,
There's your Apple Intelligence.
collaborate button,
There's your collaboration.
share button,
And there's your sharing in other ways.
more menu button,
And even more.
search
All right,
button,
so let's stop interacting. That toolbar is quite full of options.
out folders, table, row 7 of 34,
All right, here's my folders list of all my notes folders we'll interact with.
in folders, tab 2000,
And I'll go a few.
cult, faith, family notes, fun,
Let's go into TTJ.
grocery, Kylie, mech, science, tech 300, tech, Titanic, TTJ,
And we'll find our iPad for all computing outline.
out of folders, vertical, my notes, table, row 2 of 317,
So here's the notes table
pinned,
with all the notes in that folder.
go pinned,
This,
expanded disclosure triangle,
okay, the pinned section where we pin our favorite notes and our most important notes, it's expanded. I don't think I pinned that outline though, so I'm going to VO / on this to save some time and collapse that thing.
collapsed,
And then we'll go to the right here.
previous 30 days, Walmart,
Okay, and I don't know why I have a wait a minute.
card,
I wonder if oh no, it looks right.
iPad,
I do know, maybe. I think I got a gift card from one of the companies I subscribed to. All right, here it is.
iPad for all computing 2026 course outline, 1/31/26, February 16th, all about iPad models.
So we're going to stop interacting. Actually, you know what we're going to do before we stop interacting? We're going to test something else out. We're going to see if there's any quick actions.
iPad for all computing 2026 course outline, 1/31/26, February
See,
16th.
this is how we learn together. VO command space. Let's see if there's...
Actions menu, 5 items,
There is an actions menu. Look at that. When you have a note selected,
pen,
you can pin it,
share,
you can share it,
trash,
delete it,
show menu,
then you can show the full menu,
jump to iPad for all computing 2026 course outline,
and we can
February,
jump right to the note. Let's look at the full menu here.
show menu, 9 items, show menu, open note in new window, pin note, lock note,
Can lock it with a password. Or
new note, duplicate note, share note, tags, submenu,
there's your tags.
move to submenu,
Move it to another folder.
delete,
Okay, let's escape.
closing menu,
And let's stop interacting here.
Ah.
And let's go.
verticals, January 31st, edit text, insertion at beginning of text, title, contains paragraphs, expanded iPad for all computing 2026 course outline,
This is my actual note. I can edit this. My regular arrow key editing works just fine.
beginning of text,
There's my command up arrow. Let's go down.
title, contains body new line, February 16th, all about iPad models and accessories, February 18th, Apple accounts, Apple services,
Okay. Now let's stop interacting with the text area and see what else we have here for a moment. And actually, it doesn't appear that I need to stop interacting. Let's go to the right.
edit text, insertion,
Okay, and that's
January, edit,
that's as far as we actually can go. But you're going to find everything else either in the toolbar, or if you select some text, you can also go to the menu bar.
Apple, notes, file, edit, format, view, window, help,
And so, for example, format.
form,
Now, I've got nothing selected right now.
title, Command Shift T,
That's going to let us apply the title paragraph style, which is a larger font. It's bold.
heading, Command Shift H,
There's the heading style,
subheading, Command Shift J,
a little bit smaller.
checkmark body, Command Shift B,
The part of the text I'm on right now is body text, so that's checked.
mono-styled command, bulleted list, Command Shift
You
7,
can insert a bulleted list.
dashed list, Command Shift 8, numbered list, Command Shift 9, block quote, Command apostrophe, Checklist Command-Shift-L.
You can actually enable the checklist here. You saw that in the toolbar as well.
Mark as checked. Dimmed Command-Shift-U.
Well, we don't have any check items right now.
More submenu.
And then there's more.
Move item
You
submenu.
can move the item.
Table command convert to text. Show note with light background. Font submenu.
You can manually choose the
Text submenu. Indentation
You
submenu.
can edit all this stuff, format all this stuff individually. Let's look at
Convert table. Move item. More. Uncheck all. Dimmed. Move checked to bottom. Dimmed. Delete checked. Dimmed. Delete.
look at all those choices.
Move item.
And then
Mark as checked.
see if
Dimmed.
there's any other menus that,
View. Window. Help.
okay, that's going to be all for that.
For edit.
Let's look back at file.
File. New note command N. New folder command shift N. New smart folder. More submenu. Share submenu. Close command. Insert from iPhone submenu.
And you can insert from the iPhone.
Insert from iPhone
insert-
submenu. Take photo. Dimmed.
You can take a photo from the iPhone's camera,
Scan documents. Add sketch. Add sketch. Add.
and that's it. So you can add a sketch with, your iPhone or what have you. So all of those things, everything else you wanted to insert would have been in the toolbar where you had like the media group. We could have inserted a photo from our photo library. We could have inserted an audio recording. We could have used Apple Intelligence. All these different options are available again, just as they were in the other apps that we looked at. Now I'm just going to show you
Closing menu.
one other thing.
February.
I'll just show you that we can easily confirm what Trainer Cliff has already said, which was that if we work on something on one app, on one device, it will automatically sync to another with iCloud,
New.
with all of our other devices that are signed into the same Apple account. So let's take one event here on the iPad for All Computing course outline.
February 16th. All about iPad models and accessories.
That date has already occurred. We already had that class.
Cap F.
So in front of February the 16th, we're going to add the words already completed.
Cap at already equals hyphen cap F.
Read the line now.
New line. Already completed. February 16th. All about iPad models and accessories.
All right, so what I'm going to do is Command W.
Close.
Now it's all closed. Command Q.
Finder. Applications. Window. Lazy. Volume.
And let's get my iPhone, which happens to be right here.
Notes. TTJ. Back button.
I'm already in the TTJ folder.
My notes. iPad for All Computing 2026 course outline. Modified January 31st to Walmart
Okay.
card. Previous iPad for All
There it
Computing
goes.
2026 course outline. Modified 4:43 a.m. Already completed.
Now, do you notice what just happened? It took a second for it to update in iCloud. It originally said it was modified January 31st, but then a second later, it changed it and it said it was modified at the time the current time is right now. And you already heard it has already completed in it, but let's just open it up.
TTJ. iPad for All Computing 2026 course outline. Already completed. February 16th.
And that is it. So praise God, that's how easy it is for things to sync across your devices. We just demonstrated Mac, iPhone. If I go upstairs and grab my iPad, same thing. Either one of them, same thing is going to be there.
Thanks to Trainer Matt from ttjtech.biz and Clip from Stir It Up. This has been More at the Mac, JP Reloaded. Thank you for joining More at the Mac, JP Reloaded. Remember, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, something you want demoed, or a topic you want covered, send us an email at feedback@stiritup.com. That's FEE, the letter D, the word back, at STURITUP.com. See you next time.